Thank you for joining the Syndicate Network and your host, Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi.
Yo, what's going on here? It is your boy Skywalker the Jedi tapping in with y'all again with another one. We are back here live today talking about this WBD company split announcement. We've been talking about this shit for years, yo. We've known that this is gonna happen. We've seen it coming. We've seen it writing on the wall, and now the day is here. It's officially happening. They letting it be known. Right? What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a wonderful day today. We got the homie Alan Belk in the building today. What's going on, Alan Belk? We got Mysterious Stranger VA. We got Dennis Medina, who's saying, but I thought James Gunn was about to save DC and WB alongside it. Man, not only that, I got a clip that I'm gonna show y'all that kind of tripped me out. I was watching it earlier. Just up a little bit, right? Yeah, it kind of tripped me out. I ain't even gonna front, but we're gonna watch it. We got Samuel saying this move is actually very smart. Hey, we've known it was coming. Ain't nothing new. I know that's for damn sure. What's going on, Kobe? What's going on, South Cali guy? All right, what's going on, Bat Dan? We got the big dog Bat Dan in the building, right? We got Sin Havoc 5150. What's going on, Sin Havoc? What's going on, Nessa? Thank you for being here today. We got DC Batman in the building. We got Mama Bear Doll in the building. Thank you for being here as well, Mama Bear. Yes, it is a wonderful, wonderful day. Mama Bear says relieved to see it. Oh yeah. Look, I'm good. Yeah, I'm safe. I actually couldn't go to the IGN live thing in the morning like I wanted to on Sunday and go react with the rest of the people that was there enjoying the Xbox games showcase because I had some stuff going down on my street, you know what I mean? So I had to like leave a little bit later in the day, So it's just been kind of interesting seeing some of the things come anyway. Yeah, but I'm good though. I'm good. We safe over here. What's going on, Bishop? Ooh, we got Bishop D and Williams. Everybody calm down. The Bishop's here. We got the new geeks in the building. What's going on, Leon? Much love, bro. Hey, man, bro. I'm just saying, bro. It's happened for less. Yeah. We got Brick Builders MD in the building. What's going on, Brick Builders? Invincible Versus looks insane, bro. Yes, it does. It looks insane. It looks like the Injustice 3 that we should have gotten a long time ago. It looks so much like Injustice 3. I actually thought it was gonna be like some NetherRealm crossover thing. The gameplay looks very similar. It looks incredible though. Can't wait to play it. Right? Much love, much love. What's going on, Jamar? Good to see you in here. All right, let's go ahead and get through this opening stuff so we can get started with the show. You dig? Because we are on the road to 5K. Make sure you guys smashing that like button. We've been seeing tremendous amounts of growth over here. We'll be coming up on 3K pretty soon, I'm sure. And we'll be reaching 5K by the end of the year. I can guarantee you that. I just want to say shouts out to everybody that's been rocking out this whole time, whether you've been here from the very beginning or if you just got here recently. We try to keep you guys entertained while giving out good information. So yeah, hopefully we'll earn that sub, like, share, notification bell hitting, all that stuff, because it really helps us out. You dig? Over here at the Syndicate Network, because we are trying to do things. Man, we're trying to be what all of these circles need, right? Like, because we see the same things. Like what goes on in this entertainment thing, right? With us being Zack Snyder fans and all these, things that kind of surround just being a fan in that sense. You see a lot of the same things in like the gaming world and all that kind of stuff. And so the more that I'm like trying to involve myself in like, and all of us in all of these other things that we're just already passionate about, it makes the most sense. And we're just really trying to be what these other circles need, because we bring a level of authenticity, and us just like, just being able to have conversations and really really mine them out to the most minute detail, right? So we're also the creators, the originators, the engine, the CEOs, the founders, whatever you want to call us, of the Sales ZSJL to Sales Snyderverse, or Sales ZSJL and Sales Snyderverse to Netflix campaign, affectionately known as ZSSM, or Zack Snyder Sale Movement. We're just trying to get that conclusion of Zack Snyder's DC arc over on the Netflix platform, and have been using these hashtags as the vehicle to do so. We only ask 3 rules of engagement: that you guys be positive while using the hashtags, as we are engaging with the current home of all of Zack Snyder's original projects. We ask that you mix the hashtags, as we're trying to keep the messaging as focused and effective as possible. And last but certainly not least, can you guys not tag, mention, reply to, quote, or anything like that anybody over at WBD, which is including but not limited to James Gunn, as we're just trying to have that conversation strictly with Netflix, right? Also, ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube and X are also platforms that you guys should be subscribed to and following, as all pertinent information will be coming from there, as well as myself and Leon or Apex Leon of the New Geeks. You dig? And last but certainly not least, if you guys would like to sponsor a stream, when you guys give super chats, they are tallied up, and whoever donates the most will have their name scrolling across the bottom of a following stream, like the way the homie, the good Austin, does tonight. You dig? So, man, let's get caught up with the chat one more time, and then we'll get started with the show. You dig? He said Grace Randolph is finally catching up. Yeah, bro, everybody catching up, man. He said, "Hey, if that check will clear, I will appear." He said, "Wait, they made an Invincible game?" Yes, bro. They have an Invincible game with you fighting as Invincible, Omni-Man, and all these other Viltrumites and all these other characters from the Invincible universe. And it is a fighting game that looks like Injustice. Where is our DC fucking games, bro? As a real DC fan, where is the outrage? They got, bruh, the Capcom Fighting Collection just dropped. So literally, they just had Marvel versus Capcom up there at IGN Live, right? They got it. Wait, they've announced like 4 new Marvel games. Marvel Rivals is still popping. What's going on, bro? And yeah, much love, Robert. What's going on, bro? Yeah. He said it looks insane. He said, I need that Invincible game to come to the PS5 as well. Hey, I feel that, but they got this shit called Xbox Play Anywhere that I'm about to. Yo, you mean to tell me I can just buy a game once? Like, yo, look, I've been playing Gears with the homies, and it's been so dope just being able to like play on my Xbox and then like hop on the PC, and then I'm like, it's like my same stuff. It's like super dope, and I love it. And now it's like that on all those games, Play Anywhere, and I'm about to be able to play. Never mind. I ain't even gonna get into that. This is not a gaming stream. You dig? Right? Yeah, bro. Let them know, dog. Let them know. Shenavik says, I just saw one of Mikey's last streams in Night Shift. All I can say is, wow, Mikey was right again and ahead of it and ahead of everyone. Thank you, Mikey Sutton, Mikey Verse forever. He confirmed so much stuff. Wow. Yo, you know what's crazy is what I'm going to share is from one of the first episodes of Night Shift. That's why this is crazy, because I already got something queued up. So it's crazy that you even said that, because I already got something queued up. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Somebody told me that. Supposedly they're making Injustice 3, but Gunn mandated that they have to make soups good. It's dumb, bro. Injustice can't even be injustice, bro. Said WBD's being sold in the park. Yeah, man. Bro, we've been breaking that down over here, dog. Right? Yeah, man. Yo, it's crazy what you saying. Mikey sounds like he was 4 years ahead of all the other scoopers. Here's what's wild. And I was actually just talking about this with Leon the other day, right? I actually had a conversation with Mikey about him living in the future. I mean, I had a couple conversations, but one I remember in particular, right? And where he was really like just explaining to me how it feels to him, right? And him being able to give me that insight, and really helping me to be able to find the courage to like stay the course, even when everybody's going to tell you that you're wrong, and you have to know that, it's like, hey, one day they will join you in the sun, right? And then they'll probably act like you never even said it, right? After ridiculing you, calling you crazy, you know, a lot of times is they even try to take it away from you. So, but yeah, it's just not something that I take lightly. It's something that I'm very aware of when I'm talking about these things. And as you guys are seeing, a lot of stuff that we've been saying over on this platform has been coming to fruition. And one thing that I love, and people ask me like, why is certain things so personal for me over on this platform, and it's because of like these type of moments, right? These type of moments. Now imagine if I had gotten rid of all my content, right? Like imagine if all those night shifts were gone, right? And if everybody hadn't had them downloaded, they would be off the internet forever, pretty much, right? Imagine. But yeah, man. Nah, bro. Like he legit described to me how it felt to like live in the future like that and just be years ahead of stuff, and how people like are gonna like some people are just gonna naturally think that you're wrong and not correct and stuff like that, right? Not only just that, but you're also gonna have a group of people that are gonna know that you're right but then act like you're lying. So you know yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. He said when they literally have the good and original Superman in Injustice fighting the bad version already. That's what I said, bro. I was like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about, bro? Like he was in the original movie. Even my dog know that's cap, right? My dog know that shit is cap. So like, no. Right? Hold on 1 second. She wants to get out so bad. Hold on. Yeah. No. Said James Gunn canceled everything. Bruh. This dude is crazy, bro. Company division before Superman. The timing is or has been like a Matrix prophecy from Morpheus, knowing you're the one. Telling you, man. Leon says that's why we have so much resolve and we on their ass with receipts and reminding them of who was there first. All that shit matters. Yeah, man. These conversations matter, bro. And being on the front lines, taking these bullets. Let the dogs out. Right? Says Scott, I was literally being called counterintelligence. No, I remember. I saw. Right? But let's go ahead and get started with everything with the festivities, you dig? Because this is crazy, bro. Like the fall from grace, I think that this thing is not only or was it not only preventable, but I think that this shit was purposeful. You know? And I think we're getting into, you know, seeing like why this is the way that it was, or why things have been the way that they've been for all this time, right? We got CNBC here saying Warner Brothers Discovery to split into two public companies next year. WBD will separate into a streaming and studios company, which will include its movie properties and streaming service HBO Max, and a global networks company, which will include CNN, TNT Sports, and Discovery. Right? They're pretty much going to dump all the debt with the whole TV side of it, right? Like CNN, TNT Sports, and Discovery. Look, they are about to be sold. How long have we been saying that they were going to sell this company? And people have been saying, yo, you guys are tripping. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Right? This, that, and the third, you know? And when you see these things come to fruition in front of your very eyes, what do you have to say now? Right? They're about to be sold. This is what happens when you're about to sell your when you're about to sell some shit. Right? Going on, Alan Belt. Shit, I think the whole THR thing is a stage fight and really to debunk in Gunn's favor and in watch. Bruh. Nah, man. Bruh. I think that this shit is about to take everything that we've been saying for like the past few years. And when I get to the video portion of what I'm gonna share, it's gonna be so eerie because it's from like a couple years ago. And it might as well have been from like fucking 2 weeks ago. Right? He said you got idiots talking about mergers, bro. Yeah, man. Mergers. Said it would be hilarious if WB Studios entirely was sold to Netflix. You know, bruh, if that happens, dog, like, I'm gonna, never mind. I don't even want to say that on stream because I don't even want to have to make that commitment because I'd have to, like, and I've never been, nah, I ain't about to do that. But nah, I was about to say something crazy. Yeah, oh, no. He said, time flies. It really does. Mikey's laughter echoes today. We got Samuel saying the split is to dump that 37 billion in debt. WB will be debt free if this happens. Look, here's what now, and I'm not aware of how exactly how long that Samuel's been here, but here's what I'm not trying to hear, right? What I'm not trying to hear is all this shit because that's not even what this is about. This has been in the works for years, yo. This has all been part of the plan. This is why it's so laughable when people come in these streams, like somebody came in the other day and was trying to tell us, well, why if, you know, Zack Snyder, you know, if it wasn't really about his films making money, like, why would they have gotten rid of him? And it's like, bruh, maybe because they were getting ready to sell the fucking company in a few years also, right? This whole thing, all these people involved with this shit have all been there this entire time. You literally got people that have been there since the beginning that are still fucking connected to, like, Toby Emmerich and Walter Hamada and like all these people, and they literally have followed through on the same game plan. Nah, man, this shit, yo, the fix has been in. That's why we've been going so hard and been trying to tell people, hey, this is why we don't want to be having that conversation with them as Zack Snyder fans about having any type of continuation of anything over there. Why would we keep having this conversation when these people are sitting here trying to, you know what I'm saying, like, tank the whole company? And then Sin Havoc saying beautifully, you can't dump 37 billion when you added at least 12 billion extra last year. That's what I'm saying, bro. Nah, man, math don't work like that, bro. Ain't enough clever accounting in the world, dog. Ben Affleck couldn't pull that off. Yo, maybe the Accountant 3 is gonna be about him trying to fix the books for WBD. Maybe that's what the Accountant 3 can be. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Come on, dog. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing, bro? Maybe Ben Affleck, hey, y'all can go holler at Artist Equity and get that story script worked out. You know what I mean? He can go save WBD from their terrible fucking bookkeeping skills. You know what I mean? What's been going on over there? He said, read the article, stupid. Look, first of all, I don't need I don't need. Look, he said, so hold up, 37 billion that they obviously owe someone / people, it just magically gets wiped. Nah, bro. Look, all of the debt, right? When you split into two different companies, right? Like, you know, you could just all sell it off with this other company, bro. It's all gone. It's all gone, bro. It's all going with TNT, Sports, Discovery, CNN, it's with all them, bro. That's where all of the debt goes. WBD, I mean, excuse me, stuff like DC Studios, bro. You know, like and all that, right? Yeah, bro. It gets wiped away. It's gone. Like when oh boy, what do you say? Joke, like, it's gone, right? Yeah, man. It go out the window, dog. Yeah, nah. I don't need to spin. Like, right? like, I don't need the spin part of the article, bro. That's not what I need. We've been breaking this shit down for like years, bro. So I don't understand how people come over here and want to call me stupid, right? And we've been talking about them selling this company and splitting it for 2 years. At least 2 years, bro. Hey, but I got a question though, right? Y'all think that any of this stuff got to do with Superman and the reception? Like, I'm gonna ask a real question right now, right? Y'all think any of this shit, like, not saying that it hasn't been happening, because I've obviously just said that this shit has been in the works and they've been aiming towards doing something like this. You know, for quite some time, right? But yo, this shit is crazy just being here at this spot, you know? Like, why are they releasing this stuff now instead of after the movie comes out? Why is all these things happening before the movie comes out? That's my question. Oh my god, bro. Dennis is crazy. He said, "Is it true that Disney is interested in buying up the studio and streaming part of the company?" Bro, Disney has at least been interested in buying, I know for a fact, DC for quite some time, right? Which is also why, in my opinion, you've miraculously had this guy who was in charge of the cosmic side of the MCU suddenly at the helm of DC Studios. There's been all these actors that were in the MCU that are now coming over and joining the DCU, right? I mean, they've hinted at crossovers. James Gunn said himself, "Oh, it's more possible now than it's ever been before." That literally came out of his mouth. That literally came out of his mouth, right? And just so you guys know, like I was told, the plan is for them to get DC, and then James Gunn's gonna take over both. He'll be the king of two castles, as it was called. Right? King of the castle, king of the castle, king of two castles. Right? That's the plan. Now the question is the audience, oh my god, like, is it gonna happen? Because I know a lot of people got plans. A lot of people got plans, right? A lot of people have been looking at that DC IP, right? And why wouldn't Disney try to buy DC? They already got Marvel. They would like nothing more than you know, a fucking Iron Man, Batman crossover. What? Right? Crazy. Crazy. Yeah. But we'll see. He says, I think Feige and Gunn have been talking behind the scenes. I would not be shocked if Corn Balls pops up in Secret Wars as a cameo. We're going to see after this movie flop. All right, man. Telling y'all. If y'all think Disney ain't interested in buying DC, said DC and Marvel need to remain separate. I agree, bro. I think the world agrees, right? Yep. The DC IP can be sold, but you first have to buy the Batman rights wholesale completely from the WBD founders family first. All right. But yeah, this is crazy. I just wanted to bring this up and highlight this because this is something that we've been discussing over here on this channel for literally years, man. And I just think it's hilarious. How David Zaslav has finessed, um, you know, you know, the way that he has finessed all this money out of these shareholders and all that, yo. Yeah, I mean, uh, and Samuel. Okay, if Superman makes, what does it need? Wait, yeah, it's like 1.2 billion, right? At least how much is it in the chat for y'all, right? 565 million. That's like what, like 1.2 billion, at least like 1.3. Is that what we need back, right? You know, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Talking about they going, hey, we gonna see. We gonna see. This movie is in a much different situation than Captain Marvel was. It's in a much different situation than Captain Marvel was. Much different situation than Captain Marvel was. Much different. Right? ASAP saying 900 million. Tony Khan said it would need to clear a billion and not be a complete flop. That's what I'm saying, right? So one, he said, let's just call it a billion. All right, cool. Let's just set the mark at 1 billion, right? Uh, I'm gonna want to see y'all in this chat, right? I'm gonna want to see y'all in here. Y'all keep talking about Captain Marvel 2.0, bro. That shit was there because of Endgame, dog. Endgame. It had people actually going to go see the movie, right? He said, "What you asking? How much Superman needs to make?" Yep. Yeah, bro. All right. So now the budget wasn't real. All right, cool. Wait, is this money laundering? Wait. Hold on. I ain't the smartest man in the world. Right? I ain't the smartest man in the world. Okay. Oh my god, bro. He said, of course it's money laundering. Because I was about to go in, but I was like, bro, I just he said, no, it's embezzlement. There you go, bro. He said, if the money ain't real, then that's the bro. That's what I've been saying, dog. It's like, wait a minute. But nah. Hey, but they caught. But they're caught. So just because look, okay, you know what y'all are doing right now, right? Have y'all ever been in a situation where like you kind of like run a red light, but somebody else ran it first, and so you kind of follow them, and then you get pulled over, and you sitting like, but he ran the red light too. You got caught. No, bro. You got caught, bro. You got pulled over. I don't know about what everybody else doing. I just know this shit said 363 million, and then you got people that's confirming it on the inside. Right? I didn't make that up. I didn't report on that. We just read it. Oh my God, bro. He said, nah, they just inflate the budgets just to make it seem like, oh, well, huh? Wait, what? What? Whoa. Whoa. Oh my God, bro. That's crazy, bro. Nessa said, why they acting like we're the ones that made the that's what I'm saying, bro. I just read some shit off a piece of paper. They literally had a picture of the document, you know what I mean? And I just read it. And it said 363. And then they had somebody report on it later that said they putting 200 million in the marketing. But I'm the bad guy. I'm the one, right? I'm the one. I'm the one that's making shit up. Man, that is crazy. Yo, hey, I'll drop it later. I'll drop it. Right? Watch for who? Oh, AT&T. They might buy back WB for Discovery. So version their biggest Verizon, the biggest cannot buy it. Bruh, if AT&T come back and buy them, bro, that's gonna be fucking crazy. I don't know. And so anyway, it either has to make $1 billion or over $1 billion and it break even. That's what exactly, bro. We ain't taking into account no backhanded schemes, no inflated, no pukesters around me to the right. No pukesters around me to the left. Woo! Bro. Crazy. Mom Bear said, oh, thinking of shareholders, Sky. What did they say this as a raise? This is what they said.
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. Stop.
Oh my God, hilarious, bro. All right. He said it's the same budget as Man of Steel shoot me. Right? That back then with the $2 super chat saying Disney, we're buying DC, what the FTC should say.
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. Stop.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Philip Stevens says, if so, I have the same feeling. We all know Captain Marvel did horrible at the box office, truly, but it was protected somehow. I have a feeling that this will be the same thing with Superman. I'm telling y'all this, bro. And I will keep saying this. You can fool the people, like you can fool the crowd, you can fool the audience, you can fool laymen, you can fool, and this goes for like whatever field you want to put it in, right? You can always fool people that don't do what you do, right? What they're not gonna fool are these other fucking companies, bro. Right? See, here's the thing. Disney was not in a position where they were about to sell Marvel around the release of Captain Marvel. Potentially, right? It was no kind of situation like that, right? This thing is being ran as like a showcase for DC in order for them to sell the company. This is a completely different situation. So to sit here and just keep trying to say, hey, they're going to prop it up because Captain Marvel, I think we're in a different situation here, people. We're in an entirely different situation with an entirely different company that is in an entirely different pickle than what Disney was dealing with Captain Marvel. That was so that their next movie, which they had just invested all these billions and billions of dollars into, wouldn't be a flop. That was going to be the culmination of all these years. No. This is a different situation. This is a launch of some shit that we don't even know if the people are going to rock out with it. Could you imagine if this, because look, here, once again, right? Here has been the general audience response to this movie.
Just watched the new Superman trailer here with Sean Fennessy and Chris Ryan on Bill Simmons. Why? Why does this movie exist? Why?
You're not excited. You won't see it in theaters.
There's no way. No way. 0% chance.
Did you ever watch any of the Guardians movies?
I saw a couple of them.
Yeah, bro. Oh my God. We're in a completely different yo. Yeah. Thank you, bro. Captain Marvel being propped up falsely was to keep the momentum going that the billions of dollars earning MCU had gained. Totally different from this newly launched Superman. Thank you, bro. Look, bruh. All right. And this how you know this is Cap anyway. Because if that were true, this type of nonsense would not be permeating the zeitgeist right now. But you have this type of shit permeating because they know this movie's not going to do that well. That's why they're sending people to go say, hey, man, it don't matter if the movie's profitable. It's still going to be a success. 500 million is going to be a success. Man, get out of here, bro. They just canceled the Batman and it made 700. Oh my God, bro. He said it doesn't need to make money for it to be successful. Are you serious? Yeah, bro. Said Sky, what does this movie need to make to be successful based on what you know? Look, man, this shit, it has to clear $1 billion at least before we look. Okay, I don't even think that this is that complicated, right? What does everybody say, bro? Even though that what Zach was doing was when DC was at its most profitable and it was making the most money, you literally even had producers come out and say as much. And I was watching content creators argue with a producer on said films who produced Zack Snyder's films and was like, yo, his DC shit made a lot of money, a lot. And they was like, yo, nah, he's probably lying though. But anyway, right? Let's just take BVS. That shit made $874 million, dog. Somewhere around there, if I'm not mistaken. And what was the going thing? Everybody said that it was a disappointment because it did not make $1 billion in it. Right? It did not make $1 billion and it had Batman in it. That's what everybody said. Oh my God, Batman, Superman, right? How does that movie not make $1 billion? Okay, well, how about we use that same logic for this movie? Okay, you got Superman, you got Batman, you got Supergirl, you got Lex Luthor, you got fucking Metamorpho, you got Hawk Girl, you got the Green Lantern, you got Mr. Terrific, right? You got all these Maxwell Lord, right? And whoever else is in this movie, right? And it don't need to make $1 billion, right? It could make, what did he just say? Because I just saw somebody said 700 million, bro. No, they ain't even beating Man of Steel with inflation, dog. We ain't doing that, bro. We ain't doing that. No, sir, Reebok. We is not grading James Gunn on a curve, bro. Tony said, yeah, you're seeing content creators switch up and say some weird stuff now. Guess who ain't been switching up? Us. You dig? And no, that is absolutely false. Bruh, Batman just made 700 million and it got its sequel canceled. The spinoff was one of the most popular shows HBO Max has ever fucking had, bro. It was like 5 million, bruh. Okay. That show is getting its sequel canceled when it had 5 million people that watched it. This shit didn't even clear 1 million. Why does James Gunn get graded on the curve? Man, we got to keep deep diving, bro. This is the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. This is the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life, bro. This is the weirdest shit I've ever seen. I've never seen any other film director get like caped for, like, and graded on a curve than this fucking director right here. This is so strange. We just had reports that this movie could potentially make, or excuse me, have cost $563 million. And you got people in the chat saying, hey, 7 is a win. Who are you people? He said Batman is in this movie. Yeah, Batman's in this movie, bro. Everybody's in this movie, dog. It is a showcase of DC. Everybody gonna be in this movie. Man, you been cooking with these, like, yeah, bro. Brainiac is in this movie too. Right? Yeah. And I don't know if Daniel Craig is in it, but man, oh man, if he went and reached out to Daniel Craig, bro, it's even more. Then, yo, when are y'all gonna say, hey, Sky, you know what? Maybe we should just stop fucking fighting whenever you say these things that you say. Maybe we should just stop. How many times did we get called liars for saying that he took that fucking Man is fucking Steel 2 script? How many times? It was like, oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. He said, question, chat. Who is fighting harder? Superman's budget ballooning damn near past Man of Steel box office, or the movies argue about the budget's existence? He said, and I want answers to both questions. Oh my God, Leon is a fool, bro. He said, man, they announcing this because they ain't got zero faith in Gunn. Remember when right after the teaser came out, they fired the marketing guy? Right? Oh my God, man, this shit is crazy, bro. He said Daniel Craig said no to James Gunn, right? He said, bro, I know one thing. I know I'd have said no to his ass. For sure, for sure. He said maybe we were a bit delusional, right? He said 850 to 9 would be the bare minimum, and even then it would lose money. 700 million ain't good enough. See, look, I like this as a take, right? It's like, let's not, let's just deal with what we have, right? And what we have is, because look, whenever this kind of stuff is coming out, I'm gonna just go with whatever the biggest number reported is, and it's been 563 million. So with that being said, it's like, hey, if it was like 850, 900 million, you know what I'm saying? That would at least have made more than the Batman. He said, Sky, you're not being fair. How? How? And affairs where they judge pigs. Life is about results, dog. This shit is about results. And if you cancel a universe, right, you tank the prospects of your next 4 DCEU movies that was coming out before you reboot, right? You do that. And then on top of that, oh my God, bro. He said Superman is fighting an uphill battle. Bruh, whose fault is that? Whose fault is that, bro? I want you to really ask yourself this question. Matter of fact, you know what? I'll even help you out, bro. All right? I'll even help you out, bro. We gonna revisit this together. You dig? Because you guys, here's what we're not gonna do. What we're not gonna do is rewrite history, bro. And Oh my God. Okay, won't use this one. Right. I'm gonna pull up James Gunn's. Right, where is it? Oh no, they don't got it. Oh no. You know what? Let me type this in. Oops. Right. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, here we go. Superman's fighting an uphill battle. All right, we are going to walk ourselves through this. And I want you to tell me if this was a proper statement you think that should have been made as the incoming DC Studios co-head. James Gunn, when he first got the job, bro, said Peter and I chose to helm DC Studios knowing we were coming into a fractious environment. Okay, so right then and there, this uphill battle that you're speaking about, you know, he's acknowledging that he knew about that shit when he got the job. So I don't want to hear about that, right? But he says both in the stories being told and in the audience itself, and there would be an unavoidable transitional period as we moved into telling a cohesive story across film, TV, animation, and gaming. Right? But in the end, the drawbacks of that transitional period were dwarfed by the creative possibilities and the opportunity to build upon what has worked for DC so far and to help rectify what has not. So, in other words, fuck what y'all talking about. I don't care about the backlash. I'm going to do what I want to do. Is that not what this says? Is that not what this says, bro? He said, I don't care about what y'all got to say. I know y'all not going to like what I'm doing, and I don't care. So now that the chickens are coming home to roost, and you see that more people are not liking what you have to offer than you originally thought might be the case, now you're going to come over here and try to say that we're doing to James Gunn what they did to Zack Snyder? Get out of here, bro. No. James Gunn over here like, look, man, y'all doing me like I'm Zack Snyder, right? Like, I'm just like him. And we like,
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. Stop.
Stop, bro. I literally was one of the only DC and only, excuse me. Let me reword what I was about to say. I was one of the only Zack Snyder fans on the internet giving this man a chance, bro. I don't delete my videos. It's still up there. It's called Fresh Restart, bro. That's it. It says that this could be a fresh restart. And hey, maybe James could come in and, you know, bring the fandom together, right? He had the opportunity. This man, thank you, Mama Bear. He been antagonizing people on Twitter, going off, You know what I'm saying? He said, I never saw Zack Snyder go after YouTubers personally and hang out with trolls in their DMs and call them on the phone. Bruh, I don't know what's going on. Right? But nah, man. At the end of the day, you reap what you sow. What y'all not gonna do is guilt trip me into going to go see this movie, dog, or in the fucking supporting this shit. Oh man, y'all doing him like they did Zach back in the day. No, we're not. This is a completely different situation. Bruh, first of all, you know what? I ain't even about to explain myself. What's wrong with me? Anyway, let me move on to this video because I really want to let this play before I get on out of here. All right. Man. Let me I was just listening to this and it really tripped me out. This is a episode of Night Shift from March 23, 2023. Right? I think it's this one. Yeah. Right. And so the video is from a episode of Night Shift called Why DC Studios Will Fail. And I just want to revisit this part of the conversation. Mikey gave like his top reasons. You know, if y'all want, y'all can go back and see what number 2 was because it's so crazy how much of a prophet that he was with number 2. But the number 1 reason that James Gunn was gonna fail. Let's go ahead and check this out. All right. All right. Yeah, here we go.
I knew what you was doing, Mikey. He was like, yo.
I did drink lots of water, though, but just want to make sure. Give you guys sufficient time. So how are we doing the likes?
Mikey, they passed it. They passed the test. We hit 100 likes.
Or skip forward. It's just a tad bit, but just so y'all know, this is why I don't delete my videos, you know?
He just
but
sucks.
Still be up. Oh.
He's got no real...
They passed the test. We hit 100 likes.
All right.
But
Let me
this why I don't
one
fucking
first,
delete my
and
videos. This is what
I'll make 2 announcements for you guys. Okay.
One of the first night shifts.
Okay.
Number 1 on the list, I think it should be James Gunn. He just sucks. He's got no real vision for the DC. As I see it, as we've seen so far, I think what he's doing is basically what he likes, which is the wrong way to run a company.
Yeah.
Like, right? I mean, if I ran DC based on what I like, dude, I mean, I'm not sure how popular it would be either. Well, okay, actually, you know what? I take it back because I would bring Snyder back and you guys would love me for it, so okay. But there'll be some weird shit in there, you know? Like,
right.
House of Mystery, Mikey? Well, because Snyder's back, we're good with it.
Right?
But no, I think Gunn is a terrible choice to begin with. I've talked to numerous insiders about this, that his lack of experience is going to hurt him. And we're seeing it already. He's not prepared. I think he makes up stuff as he goes along. And when he said that, well, you know, I changed my mind. And I'm talking to Sky about this. You think a leader of the military would say some shit like that? Well, no, man. You know.
Bro, there's no way that I'd follow that dude into battle, yo. There's no way.
Exactly.
There's just no way, right? This dude literally, I mean, I never lied, guys. I just changed my mind.
That's supposed to make us feel better. Like, this dude's more wishy-washy than a laundromat, okay?
Do more wishy-washy than a spin cycle, Mikey.
There you go. There you go. No, I think having him in charge is main reason why DC will fail. I think his ideas are not what the people want. People want Cavill. People want Affleck. He's going to impose his own vision on all of you. Can you imagine if Kevin Feige said, "You know what, guys? I didn't work on those Daredevil shows. We're going to recast Charlie Cox."
Right? He said, "Well, I never said there wasn't a minefield."
What do you say about a guy that he's going to make everything not canon except for the stuff that he worked on? Before he announced his slate, I was optimistic. Remember, Sky was saying, you know what? If Gunn reboots, he's going to have to reboot his own stuff. There's no way. No, he didn't reboot his own stuff. Like, oh my God, the ego has landed, right?
He said, "Yeah, he has an improvisational attitude."
No, yeah, look, I never lied to the fans. No, I just treat them like shit.
Right? I just called him fractious and tried to stamp out any hope of any dope shit. Right? Like, Mikey, anytime we got word of something being dope, James Gunn was like, no. That shit's not happening over here. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, bruh.
So, what do you expect from DC Studios going forward? Well, expect a lot of hardcore. His wife's going to be in everything. I'm telling you right now. She's going to be in Superman, like I say, just watch. He's going to put his characters in there. And there you go. There's my reasons why I think DC Studios will fail. Can you tell me differently? Can you argue literally differently? Don't give me this shit about, well, you haven't seen anything yet. I've seen it now.
Mikey, this list sounds pretty bulletproof.
It's bulletproof. I dare you to try and get back to me in a couple of years. DC will be destroyed in a couple of years.
Hey, especially number 2. Right.
Number 2 is probably the most devastating of all.
Number 2 is should have never liked that tweet, bro.
Yeah. For shits and giggles, I will tell you what I left off at number 6. Number 6 is they're gonna get sold. Comcast is gonna buy them up. They're not gonna go with Gunn's plan. So they'll get trashed anyway.
You mean to tell me that they're not gonna want Creature Commandos too, Mikey?
Can you imagine talking to these suits like, well, we don't have Ben Affleck Batman. We have Creature Commandos.
Oh, what?
Excuse me? Well, we don't have Gal Gadot, but we have Wonder Girl. Huh?
Or oh my God, Mikey. Look, this list seemed pretty bulletproof to me. All right, but is there anything else that you wanted to get out? Because I want to show this video before.
All right, yeah, that was it, man. But I just thought y'all might like that little trip down memory lane. Right, and that's why I'm talking about. They coming in here trying to tell us about this motherfucker getting sold. If y'all don't get out of here, bro. If y'all don't get out of here, he's gonna come in here. Hey guys, I think they might be getting sold, and been on that shit for years, homie. Oh my God, bro. But that's crazy though, right? How everything he said came true. Crazy, right? Crazy how we're a month away from this movie coming out and everything he just said in there is true. Wild. Bad Dan Star says with the $2 super chat saying Gunn doesn't lie, he just makes educated with it. Yo, oh my goodness, bro. Let me go ahead and give you this drop, dog.
I'm not a DC hater. I love DC comic book characters. I go to the comic book store every week and buy different DC comics. So I'm far from that. But what I am a hater on is when you have a bunch of bumbling nincompoops in charge of these properties who keep failing upwards. They're failing forwards, and that's what I hate seeing. You see it happen
You
all.
described our career, man, so be careful.
Well,
about
hey,
that.
look, you know, a lot of people fail forward successfully, and others just suck. And I'm talking about the ones who suck. And it's very obvious you can't figure out how to make a Flash movie. You've tried 75 directors, 185 scripts. Why don't you go back in time and stop sucking and get it right?
And, but to be fair,
That's like
Right, crazy, man. Yeah. Mikey had JLI in 2023. Yep, that's a fact. Right? Yeah. Y'all let me know about how y'all think. Right? How'd that video hit? He said Mikey was living in the future and he invited the syndicate to travel with him. The facts. Dude said, and there it is, right? Yeah, I'll for sure put that in the description, Mama Bear. He said, wait, if Gunn and Snyder are friends, he couldn't greenlight ZSJL too? Gunn is having our Emmerich's voice. Bruh, that's never made any sense to me, bro. They homies, but he ain't gonna bring it back for a last ride, even though there's a fucking audience there and money to be made. Money left, a looming shadow in the form of money left on the table. Oh my God, bro. Said the scribes always remember. Yes, bro. He said Zach ain't post that shit with Gunn, but he posted the one with Jim Lee. Facts, bro. Yeah, he said I used to date this chick who was talking about a merger between AT&T and WB literally over 5 years before it was even announced. These decisions are not made overnight. That is a fact, bro. Right? Yeah, man. RIP Mikey and John. Right? He said that shot was towards hey, John Campbell felt that shit. That's why he knew. Right? He said, how did Mikey Sutton know about all of this? He told me how he got his information, and it checks out for somebody that would know some shit way before everybody else would. Way before. It is a certain step in the process, you know what I mean? And it's like way before all this other shit happens. Way before. Way before. And so, you know, hey man. All right, yeah. No, I will definitely post that. Said Sky loves my looming shadows quote. Hey, facts, bro. A looming shadow in the form of money left on the table. Yeah. He said there's a big difference between friends and that asshole I worked with once. Yeah, man. Facts. So yeah, nah. So Mikey would absolutely verified be having information way before everybody else. And that's what made it so dangerous and so dope. And so like, yeah, I mean, so entertaining, you know, and just somebody that has that type of mindset and courage to do what he did, you know, it was just it was really special being around that dude for sure. So, yeah. Said with this split, WB just became a lot cheaper. Universal will have a much easier time buying it, bro. Anybody who gonna be able to buy them is gonna have a much easier time, bro. That's the point, right? Tank the company, bust it down, sell this shit off, right? He said, "Hey, it's a wrap. If I'm able to get a hold of that chick again, I'm sure she knows a lot, right?" Yeah, he said we were right again. Clip that, you down there. They ain't gonna clip that though, Sin Havoc. They ain't gonna clip that, bro. But I will put that in the chat so that people can go rock out with that. Cause yeah, man, my content staying up, y'all. Like I ain't never deleting nothing like that. You know what I mean? I ain't never deleting nothing like that. You know what I mean? So we gonna see. Oh no, bro. I know what you're talking about, man. I'm just saying, just for reports' sake, right? You know what I mean? Just saying, whoever, this shit is getting bust down and sold, right? Yep. Yep. We will see. Yeah, y'all put y'all last questions and comments down at the bottom. I'm about to start closing this thing on out. You dig? Want to say thank you guys. He said, Sky, change your channel name to Basement of Nerds, and they'll clip it up and share it all over the socials. Yo, come on, bro. Hey, look back, Dan. And the way time works, bro, we've already done it, dog. It's already been done, bro. All right. He says, Sky, after peeping that trailer for Ironheart on Disney Plus, at least that show looks aight to me, coming from the exec producer who gave us Creed and Black Panther. Yeah, I'll check it out. You know what I mean? I actually haven't seen it yet. I've been hearing that it's like, but I don't know. Y'all know how I am, man. Like it be so crazy. Some things everybody be online killing it, and it makes sense, like The Acolyte, because that show was absolutely terrible. Makes perfect sense. All right, everybody go ahead and jump on The Acolyte. All right, cool. I'm with that, right? But then there's other times when they be like, hey, it seems like everybody be killing something, and it's like I don't know. But yeah, I have not seen that trailer, being honest. That's like the guy's honest truth. So I'll actually check it out after I end the stream. For sure. Yeah. Hey, y'all be sure to check out the content. You dig? I'm gonna be working on some other videos on my Skywalker Games channel. Y'all be sure to subscribe over there as well. You dig? I'll probably put the link in the description for that too. Yeah. He said, I know I'm just impatient. Hey, it's all good, bro. And Nate said the Ironheart trailer was trash. I have not seen it yet, bro. I will check it out though. Yeah, their shows have been hit or miss. Some of them have been cool. A lot of the recent ones have been like very meh. I really didn't like the way, what was that one, Secret Invasion ended with Samuel L. Jackson tonguing down the alien. I really didn't like it. Nah. Anyway, he said Sky versus the Acolyte and Halo continues, bro. Trash, dog. You know what? They've been kind of hinting that they're gonna do another kind of like Halo show, maybe. So hopefully we can get that back on track. Phil Spencer, if you're listening to this, please get that shit back on track, yo. Halo is one of my favorite franchises, if not my favorite. And that show was egregious. I don't know how that goes. I don't know how that got so far away from the core of Halo, but that was unacceptable. You dig? And we will not. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Said Xbox, Asus, ROG, Ally, X. I've been telling them, bro. I've been telling them, dog. I've been telling them, man. And now it's out there. Steam integration. Like I said, well, but people got to put some respect on my name, bro. Mama Bear said Ironheart looked okay. Yeah, I will check that out. We got Integrity. What's going on, bro? All right, he said, I heard it's on Netflix. Yeah. We need a Gears of War movie by Zach. The Gears of War movie actually just found its director. Unfortunately, it wasn't Zach, but we know that Zach was hella busy. It is David Licht. I think that's how you say it. He was the director of the first John Wick movie. He is doing Gears of War, and I ain't mad at that. I can't complain. I ain't mad, bro. If we can get that Batista, you know what? I used to want Batista as Marcus Phoenix. He was even in like, what was it, Gears 5? I think that they had him as like a variation skin for was it Marcus or was that Gears of War 4? Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I might want somebody else now because he might be a little bit too old for Marcus Phoenix now. If he was playing like Marcus in his older years, maybe, but I don't know. I kind of want somebody a little bit younger just so we can have some more time with him and really build up that relationship with him and Dom. You know what I mean? Yeah, nah. Much love. Stay safe. Is South Cali? Just go in the house. How about that? Just go in the house, bro. He said Master Chief deserves better, and so does Superman. Quality execution. Yes, absolutely. And no, we do not need an Aquaman and Fast and Furious crossover because we don't need that much family. You know, no. He said Steam Deck is still king. But bro, I'm telling you, man, next generation Xbox is gonna have that Steam integration. You dig? And Xbox still working on a handheld too. I'm telling y'all. Yeah, bro. Much love. Yeah, Dave Batista. He said cast the guy who played Victor Drago in Creed 2. Is he too? Okay, if you go with him, all the cast has to be huge. Pause. Which I don't mind anyway. I don't mind them being like, y'all know I'm into like physically accurate, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I just don't know. I don't know if he's, bro, this is such a like iconic character, bro. Right? Yeah, I don't know what happened, bro. He said if Metal Gear or Skyrim ever got haloed, I'm riding. Right? Hey, bro, I would feel that. Yeah, bro. He said, home ain't safe. If I gotta go buy groceries or get gas or even go to work, they don't give a damn. It's already happening. Hey, man. Look, much love to you, bro. You know, I was dealing with that on Sunday morning. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't leave the house for a little bit. Never mind. Let me get out of here. Look, I'm gonna get at y'all next time, yo. Be safe. I will be back here tomorrow going live again. You dig? And I'm gonna see y'all soon. Y'all have a good one. Peace.